Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to show you some of my books from my book collection. This is my third video. I've done these before, but I've added some new additions, so I'd like to show you them. My first book that I got at a bookstore in my hometown of Mendenhall. It's called The Civilization of Europe in the Renaissance. And basically what it goes through is all the aspects, the art, literature, music, architecture, and the expansion of knowledge during the time of the Renaissance. I've yet to read it. I've been reading one of my other books that I'm going to show you, but I'm very much awaiting the opportunity to get to read it. Okay. My other book is also a book that I got at my local bookstore, The Kennedy Persuasion, The Politics and Style Since JFK, and it's by Paul R. Hengler. So basically what it goes over is the politicians and the way they adapted since the time of JFK. JFK brought a new oratory skill and charm to politics that had never really been seen before since the days of FDR. And so it talks about how his assassination changed the style of politics, his leadership skills, and it just does a deep dive into his administration. My next book is a book that I got from a state senator and lieutenant governor candidate, Chris McDaniel. Chris McDaniel is running for lieutenant governor against incumbent Delbert Hosemann in the state of Mississippi, and I actually had the chance to interview him and discuss politics with him over the course of about 2 hours. So he gave me this book while I was there. It's Remember Mississippi, and it's by Ryan S. Walters, and it details his 2014 run for Mississippi Senate against Thad Cochran, who was a long-standing senator for Mississippi for over 40 years. Cochran, it talks about the Cochran campaign, the establishment politics in Mississippi, the deep-rooted connections that all of local officials have, and it portrays McDaniel as an outsider candidate that's fighting for change. It discusses the break-in incident at the Hinds County Courthouse and the scandal that involved Rose Cochran and McDaniel's candidacy, and how a McDaniel supporter broke into the nursing home of then Senator Thad Cochran's wife. My other book that I got and have to show you is my George Washington book. And this is a book that I'm reading now. It's about 800 pages, and it takes on Audible about 38 hours to read, to listen to. I got this at the University of Southern Mississippi. My mom graduated, and so we went to pick up her cap and gown, and that's where I got this book at. It's a deep dive into Washington's life. If you don't like reading, but you still want to learn about Washington, recently I discovered a Hulu documentary on the life of Washington that I've started to read about, or watch, excuse me, that I've started to watch. It's not as detailed as the book, obviously, but it's still a good overview. It's about an hour and a half each episode, and the episodes there's about 3 of them, I think. So my next thing to show you is not a book, rather it's a magazine of Rush Limbaugh. This is what I got as well at my local bookstore. It talks about the national debt. It talks about President Biden and his run for office, and it's really more of a poke fun at the Democratic Party. So, of course, I'm not the biggest Limbaugh fan, but once I saw it, I knew I had to get it. Here's Russ. Okay, so Rush Limbaugh, and there's a picture of Rush again. Okay, my magazine that I think I've shown before, but I just wanted to show it again because we've had a very important event recently, the coronation of King Charles I sent him a letter to congratulate him on his coronation, and so that if I sent it a couple of weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, I would say, and so it takes a while to get mail over to London, but it should be, if I am going to get a return letter, it should be in the coming days. I'll make a video on that, and maybe a video on Charles's life once I start to really look into this magazine. But it covers every aspect from the Diana years to his childhood to his mother, many celebrities that he knows, Lionel Richie. There's Daniel Craig, who's he is, what to say, James Bond. That's what they were looking at. So yeah, I like the magazine a lot. I bought it at Books A Million in Hattiesburg. So yeah, that's all I have for today. So I thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. I know that I haven't really posted, but I haven't really had much to post. I recently paged for the House and Senate in Jackson, so maybe I could talk about that experience and discuss campaigns like the run for governor against Commissioner Presley and incumbent Governor Tate Reeves, and the lieutenant governor's race. I volunteer for a lot of them, so maybe I could talk about that soon. So bye everybody, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, and if you feel compelled to, subscribe.